Hi, welcome back. Let's take a look at my collection of Apple II machines, which are all in various states of being screwed. So my main machine, which I'll show you in a second, recently went bang and it doesn't work. There's garble stuff on the screen. But I will take a quick tour of that one, and I've got other ones. One of them I think is working okay. The other one I know for a fact is broken. Let's just have a look and see what the hell I've got and see what's possible in terms of at least getting one machine up and running. So let's go over to my bench slash junkyard and see what's going on. All right, so here's my original Apple II. This is the one that was working fine and decided to go funny. I haven't really spent much time debugging it because I was moving offices and it was all a bit of a problem. So you can see here there's various cards unplugged and whatever. I did have a very brief look at it. I think one of the ICs has gone, one of the logic ICs has gone, but this one has the 512K RAM board, which goes in that slot there. I'm using the disk adapter for these drives at the moment. I've also got a Unidisc one floating around somewhere, and this is my super serial card. So this was a really nice bit of kit. It was actually very reliable. Slight problem with the keyboard positioning, it's kind of shifted over a little bit, so some of the keys were a little bit sticky. The reset is a bit sticky, but it's been really good up until stuff got moved around. I don't know what happened, but it didn't come back, which is a real bugger. So that's a real shame. So this is the original Apple IIe. Let's have a look at the other two candidates that I have. So these are the other two that I have. Now this one here is an Apple IIe. It's odd because it's in pretty poor nick. The keyboard's a bit knackered on it. Some of the keys are twisted round and what have you. So it's not ideal. Anyway. This one I know is non-functional. Let's get these cards out of the way. But I'm not actually sure what's in there. So this is bought for bits. So let's have a deep dive in that and see what's in it at least. I know it came with some discs. In fact, I've got issues. They seem to be breeding. I've got discs appearing all over the place, but that's another story. So this is the unit that was bought for spares. It has a multilingual keyboard on there, so it's the Azerty layout is also present. It's if we have a look inside, so this was sold as non-functional, but there are cards. I've forgotten what was in there. Actually, that's another super serial card. That's really cool. They're actually harder and harder to get, and worth a bit of money there. So that's a 80 column memory card, and that is a disk drive controller. So that actually is pretty good. So it's reasonably well equipped. What I love about these machines is that all the ICs are socketed. That's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I believe the power supply is working on this, but there was a problem on the board, as the description. But really, I wanted it was worth it just for the super serial card because they're worth quite a lot of money, assuming that it actually does function. Let's have a look at the auxiliary connector. So this one is Apple IIe 80 column card. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary there. I think it takes it to 128K. An 80 column support. Just been looking at some part numbers. So the original machine is 607-0164. These two here are actually 607-0264. So these are a newer version. Things have been moved around a little bit. They're essentially the same, but these are Apple IIe PAL versions. So yeah, that's interesting. I believe this card, which is by the look of it, I think it's is it a parallel port card? I'm not sure what it is actually. I thought it was. Hang on. Yeah, that's a parallel card, a printer card. That was in here. That was with this unit. Got a couple of other miscellaneous ones. So this one is an Aristocard high-speed serial interface. Never actually managed to get this to work and do anything useful, but it does say it's RS-232, so whatever. ADP Pro doesn't recognize it, but hey. And this is another card. This is another serial card. This is asynchronous serial interface. This is really designed for running printers and stuff like that. So I'm not sure about that, serial printers. So I put those to one side. So that's the second one. Let me just get the lid back on there. I mean, I don't know. I know it's broken. It said it was broken. That's it. What are you going to do? The keyboard is in terrible condition. The case is a bit knackered. And yeah, but it's got some potential useful innards. So the last one, this one, in theory, should be working. So later on, we'll power these up and see what state they're in. There's a lot more going on in here. So it's packed with stuff. So let's try and figure out what the hell this is. So this thing here, I don't know what that is. I think this is a parallel interface. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this card is a parallel printer card. So that's interesting. I mean, I don't like the way that's been terminated, but I guess it is what it is. The next one is another super serial card. So I've got 3 of them. I can't believe that. It's like buses, and they all turn up at once. So that's another super serial. This one here shouldn't be in here. So I think this is, yeah, it's a language card because it has this little flying lead here. So in an ordinary Apple, that would be further this way, and then this would disappear out here and be plugged into a socket, IC socket on the actual board. So that's how it'd make its connection. So I don't think this has anything to do with this. So yeah, so that's surplus, I guess. And then that one there, so that's the 80 column. Yeah, that's the 80 column RAM expansion, and this thing is the standard DIS 2 interface card. So yeah, there is some stuff going on. I've also somewhere, I've got another card up here. Well, loads of bloody cards knocking about. This one is a Corvus network interface card. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be able to do with that, but yeah, interesting. I don't have a Corvus network or anything, but it comes out on this little termination here, and you can network machines together, share drives, printers, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, that obviously requires another card, and it also requires that more than one machine is working. So right now, I don't know where the hell I stand. So this is potentially going to be my new daily runner machine. The keyboard, let me show you that, feels a lot better. Reset works. I mean, it just feels absolutely fantastic compared to the other one, which wasn't bad. This one is top notch. It's slightly different layout. So on the other one, you have a separate keyboard layout. You have a separate key there. So this one is the caps lock key. On this one, the caps lock key is a separate thing, which I actually prefer that one. But you have an extra key here. So that has the tilde and a little apostrophe. So where is the tilde apostrophe? There isn't one on there. There's the tilde there. The things have been moved around a little bit. That enter key is also a lot smaller. Oh no, it's actually slightly bigger, but it's been rotated around. That's weird. You know what? I've looked at this for ages and I've never actually spotted that difference. You just sort of sit down and get on with it, but how weird. This is obviously I guess a later revision of keyboard. I just don't know whether I like it. That key is also a bit wonky, but anyway, other than that, that feels okay. So we need to get these things up and running. In terms of what I want to do with it, well, good question. This has that parallel card. Let's just take this out. I mean, it looks cool, but the trouble is, I don't like the fact that here's an Epson card. Wow, cool. So I don't like the fact that this is on this connector here. I mean, it works, but I just don't like it. I'd prefer it to be terminated on a 25 pin D connector that then had a standard parallel port connection. So they're basically this thing. Yeah, so because that then can be mounted on the back of the case, and you've got this standard 25 pin D parallel port connector. So I might end up with, let me show you. I might end up with this thing in here. So I'll have parallel, I'll have serial, and then what goes in there is other mysterious and wondrous things. I've got this thing over here. Whoa, it's fallen off. Which is the mouse interface. So I'd want to put that in one of those slots there, and have a mouse as well. And I've got actually it's actually a clone mouse, but should be fine. So that's an Apple Mac mouse. So yeah, that obviously with the 512K RAM expansion from the other machine should bring this up to pretty beefy spec. So you'll have parallel, you'll have serial, you'll have a mouse interface, obviously the disk drive, half a mega memory. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Corvus network card. I guess I've got the space. I might just put it in anyway. Screw it. Or I might look at one of the other serial interfaces. Maybe I can get that to work. I just don't know. Yeah. The other thing about the original machine, the joystick never worked properly. And I don't know what the problem was. I think it was something mechanical on the connection to the joystick port on the original machine. So I need to test this one as well, see if that's working. Anyway, let's just start tidying this up. I'm going to move this around. To sum up then, we've got 3 apples. At least 2 of them are full of worms and don't work. One of them should work. I've seen it working, but I haven't tested it extensively. So I would think probably the first place to start is the one that I definitely know is fully broken. It doesn't start up at all. I'm not going to touch my original one for now. That's actually the older unit. But I'm going to focus on the one that is, it looks physically worse, but I want to see whether any of that is viable. So the next video will be focusing on the electronics of that machine, which is one of the PAL derivatives. And we'll see how we get on. See you next time. Cheers.